Hey guys, welcome back to Boost Hunter Garage. Today we're going to be back on the 07 and we're going to be trying to fix up these headlights that are pretty mangled. So I'll take you out here to the truck. As you can see, these headlights are pretty beat up. Truck having 300,000 miles, the original headlights, most of its life in Arizona. They're pretty beat up. So we're going to go ahead and try polish these up. I got some product from chemical guys that we're going to try use on here and see if we can clean them up. I kind of got messing around with the other headlight last night to trial it, so we'll show you that in a minute here. And while we're out here, or while we're working on them, I do have some color match paint, and I think I'm going to try tape this off and paint this top, because I'll show you another one. I do think these headlights are shot, so we might as well try it out on these ones, painting them. And just quickly, I'm gonna pop them right out and bring them in the garage because it's cold out here. So just remember, you got your two 10 mils here, and don't be like me and forget there's another, we won't see it on the camera here, but there's one other 10 mil right there. So you just pop this little plug out here and undo it, because I have screwed that up in the past and almost tried pulling the headlight out, because up here you just have like the push lock kind of nub that holds it in there, so you just got to pull the headlight out. So I'm gonna get this out and brought in the garage, and then we'll go over what we're gonna do. Okay, got the headlight out. We got both of them here in the garage, so have a look at them here. So this is the one I just pulled out. This is the one I was working on last night. And as you can see, it's still not great. I'm not sure how well the camera is going to show all this, but you can see how much hazier this one is. And I did about a year ago tried doing something, I think it was a Meguiar's product on here. And it did a little bit. Also, I can't say I put a huge effort into it. I should have tried working it a bit more. But so this one last night, I wet sanded it, starting with 1500. Was kind of a worn out 1500 that I had. So anyways, just kept working it in this direction. From what I've kind of seen is don't like work in like a swirl pattern, just work it back and forth this way or this way, but mainly I was working it like this. So we did 1500 and just kept sanding it until you'll notice when I'm sanding it, you'll get like the white milkiness of the plastic coming off. And eventually as you're sanding each like grit wise, you're gonna get to a point where it's not milky anymore and it's gone white or sorry, clear. So I did that. So we did 1500, 2000, and then I did 3000 on it. And it definitely, like, as you're working, you can tell it's getting better. So I just kept doing that. Then this is the product I used from chemical guys, this Headlight Restorer. And I did just only work it on with a microfiber towel and then wiped it off. And I can kind of tell today after it's sitting, I don't know if the camera will show it, but like it wasn't, you can almost see these, like a bit of the white, like the product's still in the thing. So in some of these cracks. So I think I didn't like buff it off better after. So I did today, actually I went to go get more sandpaper, and this buffer was on sale. And so I picked that up. So hopefully I'll do that better. And then also I decided to grab some different grit sandpaper. So now this is 320, 400, 600, and 800. I don't know if I'll go all the way down to 320 or 400. That's pretty drastic, but I was looking for an 800. But we might even go with 600. I don't know, maybe we'll try 400. And we'll start on this one, and we're just gonna start working it. Arm definitely gets sore sanding this. It's just a lot of time. So we're just going to start probably there, and I'll show you how I was doing it. And I think what we'll do is we'll sand it all here first. We'll get all the sanding done, get it kind of smooth. And then before we go ahead and actually buff it with the Headlight Restorer, I'm going to tape it off and paint the top on them first. And then after the paint's done and dry, we'll go ahead and buff the product into the actual headlight. And once we get to taping it, so I do want to do like the top, where this top part, probably like along this ridge here up, we'll do white. And I just have this color match paint, but it's a one step, so it has the clear right in it. So I don't know how exactly close to match it's gonna be, but once it's dry, it says you need 7 days before you can buff it. We'll buff it a bit after that, which is just like some scratch and swirl stuff, and see if that kind of smooths it out. But we're gonna give it a try, see if we can get these deep kind of cracks out of it. And like some of it, you can tell, like on the camera, not going to see, but some of these, like where it's really cracked up or kind of, you can almost tell it's through the depth of the plastic. So you're not going to get all that out, but there's definitely some surface scratches I believe I missed. So we're going to end up going over this one again, and with maybe 600, even maybe down to the 400, and do it over again and see if we can get it better. If not, we'll end up buying some new headlights. I know you can get them on Amazon for not too bad, but I thought let's give her a try and see if we can just put some elbow grease into them and fix them ourselves. So let's go ahead. I'll get the camera set up and we'll get rolling. So here we go, got this set up. Just got my sandpaper just soaking in a little thing of water here. And just using this foam sanding block I have to wrap around just so it kind of contours. And I decided we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. And we're just gonna go for the 320 and start there. If anything, it's just gonna take us a lot of time. A lot of sanding, don't worry, I'm not gonna bore you guys with showing all that, but we'll just show you it's getting started here. So I just had it soaked. I just been wrapping around this, and then also I just had a squirt bottle just full of water, and I just keep soaking it if it wants to work for me here. 1 second. Okay, technical difficulties fixed. But yeah, I just keep soaking it down. And we'll see how this 320 goes, if it just really tears this up. But yeah, I've just been working it back and forth this way. I'm not going to worry as much about this top side, sanding it, because we will rough that up after, because we're going to paint it. But for now, I'm not worried about the polishing part of it. I'll probably do it with something heavier grit anyways, just to paint it. But yeah, you can see how it's getting all white and milky, kind of. You can see that. Hopefully see that on the camera, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm just going to keep working it all the way across, nice and even, but just back and forth, and just keep sanding this thing. I just keep adding water, kind of, to me it seems like it helps clean it off a bit too as you're going, so you don't get the paper all clogged up. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep sanding it. Mainly just time consuming, not rocket science. Hopefully we can get this one a lot better than that last one I did, and we'll go back and redo that one. So yeah, at this grit, just keep going until this ends up just kind of clear. I'm not going to bore you guys with this. I'll keep sanding away at this. Maybe after I bump up a few grits here, I'll bring you guys back, show you kind of where we're at, and then we'll continue with the next steps of sanding, and then we'll get on to polishing. All right, so I thought I'd give you a quick view of it. This is after doing 320 and 400 on it. As you can tell, it looks extra hazy. But that's just because we got to keep sanding a lot more steps. But I think starting at the 320 and the 400 compared to the last one I did where I just did 1500, I do think I got lots of the bigger scratch out as much as you can. Like on the camera, you're not going to see this, but there's little stuff, but it's like you can't even really feel it with your finger. It's not like there's a huge crevice there or something. But yeah, I just wanted to show this. This is after, 320, 400, and then just I wiped it off. But I'm going to keep going and hope my shoulder doesn't fall off. All right, so that's after I just finished 1500. I think it's looking a lot smoother. I'm actually thinking this one's looking a lot better than the first one I did. So we're going to keep on, do some 2000 and 3000, then we'll get to painting. Okay guys, that's after doing 3000. So it's a little hazy, but like when you wipe it, this has just got a bit of alcohol on it. How much that clears up, I definitely think this worked way better this time, because this headlight I think was worse than the other one we did, and this is already looking way better. So I think once we use the headlight restorer, like actually polish it on there, I think it's going to turn out way better. I mean, there still is imperfections in it, but that I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. You can almost see, we'll flip it up here, compared to, that's kind of what the top looked like, even though the top wasn't as bad as the front, obviously. But yeah, I think it worked out. It took a lot of time, but should be good. So I think what we're going to do now is get this cleaned up, and I'm going to attempt to tape this off where I want it, and I'll show you guys that after, and maybe we'll rough this up a bit and get some primer and paint on it. Okay guys, got that all taped off. the best I can. Not the straightest line, but no one's gonna look that close. And then I just sanded the top here, just roughed it up a bit. And then we're gonna use this self-etching primer. We're gonna lay that on, and I think it said about a half an hour, and then you can lay paint. We'll maybe let it sit a little longer than that, and then we'll get the white on it. So there we go, guys. We got those painted up. I let them sit overnight, got the paint peeled back. The edge is not the greatest, but on the can it says you're supposed to let the paint cure for 7 days before you sand it or buff it. So I'll wait till then and I'll buff it. I'm sure I'll clean that edge up nice. But for now, we're just gonna put a bit of tape over the edge of the paint, and we'll get to buffing this with that Headlight Restorer. And hopefully it polish up nice. All right, so here we go. This is the stuff I'm using again. And I'm just gonna put, it says about 3 to 6 dots on here. Then I'm just gonna dab it around on here, try to get it spread out. Just so I don't fling it all over the place and make a mess and just waste it. There we go. I would say that's definitely shined up a lot more than what it was. I'm probably going to try, I'll do it one more time here and see if it gets any better, but definitely cleaned it up tons. Like, it's definitely way shinier, doesn't have that haze next to it. I'll bring the other headlight over and I guess kind of compare there. So I guess compared to that, definitely made a big difference, which I'm surprised with, but I'm gonna do it one more time just to make sure we got it good and see if it makes a bit of a difference, if it makes it any better or not. This one here, I thought I'd put a piece of tape down the center, and we'll just do like this bottom half so we can see a nice, hopefully we can see the difference way clearer than comparing this one to the other one. So we'll give her a try here. Let's peel this tape back and see. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the difference big time there. And that was only the, obviously the one time on there. I'll probably do it again. Well, obviously I gotta do the top, but get you up closer there. So yeah, you can see a pretty big difference there. I'm impressed with it. Definitely way better than these headlights were starting off yesterday. So I'll finish this one off and we'll get them in the truck. right, so there we go, guys. We got them all done. They're definitely way better than before. Not perfect, but way better than before. I was definitely having trouble seeing on the highway, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think the color match worked out fairly close. I think once we buff it, I mean, the truck's filthy right now too, so that doesn't help. I like the way this looks. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. I'm not sure if I got my line like perfectly how I've seen other guys do it, but definitely like the way it is. I think it'll look a lot better once we have the grill white and the bumpers all white. But yeah, I really like them. Happy with the way they turned out. So thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.